All right, what's up, Beastdome Nation? We're here with the fantasy baseball. Let's call it the draft strategy. Sure, let's call it the draft strategy. Basically, what we're going to look at right here. Welcome to the fantasy baseball draft strategy. What we're going to analyze right now is the catcher position. Now, the catcher position is probably one of the weakest positions in fantasy baseball. And if you're in a league that requires two catchers, I highly recommend that you get two stud catchers, because the last thing you want is to end up with a guy who's getting 4 home runs and 40 RBIs that's in your starting lineup. So looking at it right here, JT Realmuto, let's talk about him at first, or first of all, I should say, he does qualify at first in some leagues. With the Phillies this year, Phillies are stacked from head to toe, especially after getting Bryce Harper. JT Realmuto is going to come up with RBI situations every single time. That ballpark is a little league ballpark. JT Realmuto is going to have a great year. Highly recommend you draft him. Now, I've been on the Gary Sanchez bandwagon pretty much his entire career, even when he was in the minors. And I gotta say, I still heavily believe in him. The guy was among the leaders in RBIs last season before he got injured in April. And he was playing injured off and on. He still hit a huge home run in the playoffs. The guy is a beast. That lineup is stacked. Gary Sanchez can easily hit 40 home runs in a season. The guy's got tower power. Gary Sanchez, he's locked and loaded, ready for a big year. Highly recommend you draft him. Now, if you're in a two-catcher league, I really recommend that you get both of them, because both of them play in small ballparks and they're going to have huge numbers with stacked lineups. When you look at the rest of the catchers, Wilson Contreras, yes, he is a solid catcher. He does have nice pop, but he does not have the 30-plus home run power like Sanchez or even potentially Realmuto. Realmuto's in that 20-plus home run range, but 100-plus RBIs for Realmuto will be there. Buster Posey, he ran out of power. Yadi Molina, that guy, do not trust him for power. There's been seasons where he has not even hit 15 home runs. I do not trust Yadi. Yasmani Grandal, love Yasmani to death, but Milwaukee's a team that's going to rotate that catcher position left and right. Would not trust Yasmani. Wilson Ramos, I mean, he's definitely an interesting guy, and he's someone that you can think about if you miss the first two names as almost of a sleeper, but you much rather get Realmuto and Sanchez. Danny Jansen, he does not have a lot of pop. Jorge Alfaro, he is the future, but Miami is a dreadful team. He's never going to have RBI opportunities. Zunino will hit 200 while hitting 20 home runs. Much rather you go up and draft one of those two guys. Yan Gomes is the real deal, but they do have Kurt Suzuki on that team, so we don't know if he's going to be playing every day. Chirino, same situation. He is the real deal, but they got Stassi back there. They're pretty stacked, that Houston team. He's not going to play every day. And as we go more and more down the list, Wellington Castillo, guy was good 1 year in Baltimore. Cervelli, he's you don't want to trust Cervelli. They also got Diaz on that team. Mija, yeah, he's good, but once again, Austin Hedges, it's just a rotation. Barnhart, once again, he doesn't even have that much pop, but he's not going to play every day as is. John LaCroix, he lost his plop. Jonathan LaCroix lost his pop. Isaiah Kinnear Falefia, I like to call him Mia Khalifa. Falefia, this guy's all right. He kind of reminds me of Ian Kinsler a little bit. I don't believe he'll be playing catcher every day. It's still too early in the spring to make that official. But he is the type of guy that he can end up with good numbers, but still, he's like last round, back of your bench type of guy. Definitely not someone you want to trust. And then if we want to go even further, I'm telling you right now, if Tom Murphy gets everyday playing opportunity, which he could with a big spring, and Iannetta gets sent down, then Tom Murphy is definitely a big sleeper. I would say the strategy is, if you miss those two guys and it's a one-catcher league, okay, you miss Realmuto or Sanchez, then I believe the play is to get Iannetta and then draft Tom Murphy at the end. And then you know what? You'll end up with a starting catcher in Colorado. So the catcher position, in a nutshell, you're going to draft a stud early. You're going to draft Real Muto. You're going to draft Sanchez. If it's a two-catcher league, you get them both. And if not, then you finish the draft with Iannetta and pull it off with Tom Murphy at the end. Beast.